National Security Minister Albert Kandapa has lamented over the low budgetary allocation for his ministry in the 2024 budget. The ministry demanded 2.5 billion cedis from the Finance Ministry for 2024 to deal with election-related issues and emerging terrorism threats, but got only 1.6 billion cedis. Despite this, the minister says his ministry will make do with the amount and continue to keep the nation safe.
We are aware of the domestic and also the external security challenges, as well as the challenges of the election year. We had estimated that we would need an amount of about 2.5 billion cedis. Unfortunately, our allocation has been reduced to 1.6 billion because the national envelope was not big enough. In spite of this, Mr. Speaker, we want to assure the House that we will do everything to be able to accommodate the various challenges that we face, and we will make sure that we are able to confront the challenges.
Let's stay in Parliament because Minister for Foreign Affairs Shirley Ayoko Boche says Ghanaians do not currently pay realistic fees for the passport application and is asking Parliament to approve an increase in the charges. The minister said Ghanaians pay just 100 cedis for a passport, while to produce a document it costs government 400 cedis. Speaking during the consideration of the budget estimates for her ministry, the minister said the passport is no longer used as an identity because of the Ghana card, and therefore the price must go up.
Mr. Speaker, on the issue of the cost of passports, it goes without saying that it is not sustainable. We cannot sustain this. And therefore, I would plead with this Honourable House to look at the issue for us. It is already before the subsidiary legislation committee, and I'm hoping that Ghanaians will pay realistic prices for passports. Today, passports are no longer IDs. They don't serve as IDs. We have the national ID card. And therefore, those who need passports are those who need it to travel. And therefore, I don't believe that they will not, or they would want us to continue to subsidize it.
Parliamentary Affairs correspondent Kweku Asante joins us with details. Kweku, Parliament approved 1.1 billion cedis for the ministry to spend. Meanwhile, ranking member on the Foreign Affairs Committee, Okujeto Ablaka, had concerns about the possible confiscation of Ghanaian properties abroad. Tell us more about this concern. Hello, Kweku.
Yes, Aisha, according to Samuel Okujeto Ablaka, government has already expended about $100 million to offset of the judgment debt owed to Gura, and that it's important that government.
There seems to be connection
to the companies that government owes do not actually take over that house. You know that the Regina House in the United Kingdom, which houses the Ghanaian mission in the United Kingdom, is currently under threat that Trafigura may take over if government does not pay up the judgment that has been awarded. The minister assured them that will be dealt with, and he assured that will be carried through.
What else is on the other paper for business today?
The House will continue the budget estimates for the various ministries. The Education Ministry on the other paper today, they expect about 29 billion Ghana cedis. The Electoral Commission may also get their budget approved today. They're getting about 700 million. And so there are a number of these estimates from the various MDAs which are currently on the other paper, and the expectation is that they will take them through. Tomorrow being Saturday, Parliament will again set to continue the work on the budget estimate because they have a tight load of schedules that they have to clear before the 22nd, when they'll be scheduled to go for Christmas break. So it's quite a busy house, and we expect that all these proposals, these estimates from the various ministries, departments, and agencies will be taken through before the House agenda probably for today.
We can now listen to Okuje Toa Blakwa, who has concerns over Ghanaian properties abroad.
I want to place on record that the Honorable Minister for Foreign Affairs has assured us that the media reports which troubled all of us earlier this year of a judgment debt of $140 million, the GPGC matter Trafigura, which they have attached a number of our properties in the UK, particularly Regina House. The foreign minister assured us that she will do everything to make sure that those attached properties are protected. I take note that the finance minister has started paying that judgment debt of $140 million. But Mr. Speaker, clearly this is judgment debt which was avoidable, which should not have put our diplomatic missions under such stress, under such risk. And ministers must be told in very clear terms that when they are taking these decisions, they should think about the interests of the country. This contract, Mr. Speaker, for 5 years will have cost just $140 million. Now, for no work done, we have to pay a judgment debt of $140 million. And the risk is really real and alive, that if care is not taken, if we default, our diplomatic missions, particularly Regina House, will be lost. It will be auctioned.
There is more we'll be bringing you away from Parliament in our subsequent bulletins. Let's get on to other stories. Persons living in some middle and upper class communities in the Ashanti region are apathetic in the participation of the upcoming district level elections. The respondents cite low interest of assembly members in developing their communities, although the Electoral Commission believes it will record a 60% voter turnout. Persons living in these residential communities are not enthused about the polls. The
local level elections slated for December 19th will be conducted across 6,272 electoral areas in all districts nationwide. Over the period, the process has witnessed low voter turnouts. However, the Electoral Commission is optimistic of a 60% voter turnout in this year's election. But people living in some residential areas in Kumasi, especially in Shayaso, Adiembra, TUC and Santase, are unwilling to participate in the election due to what they describe as neglect of developmental projects.
Street lights and a crown for higher agony. Street lights in the engine, they be a crown for Yamami Fui. And I guess you grab a dan or more machine.
We have issues with street lights and theft, so we have decided not to participate in these elections.
We need help. I decided to vote, but not anymore. I heard of the election on radio, but I won't vote because they don't do anything for us.
The communities are calm, although campaign banners and stickers of candidates are visible. Godswe Blasu lives in the Nsawam from electoral area.
Oh, it has been rolling on our screens day in, day out. And the assemblymen, I don't know what exactly they are doing. They are just, I don't know whether it's for the namesake. I don't know, so that the people will be rolling them. Honorable. My concern is about the road. Taxi drivers don't come here. If you go to the Star Station, they don't come here. So sometimes you are even in need of car to go to town. You don't get car. I don't see the essence of having a assemblyman in this area. Me, I'm not even going to vote.
Emmanuel Eje Dakon is the incumbent assembly member for the Nsawam from electoral area.
The commissioner, the publication is very, very low because of the time frame that was given. The publication is very, very low. Here at Star or Dino Kwadaso, the development, especially their roads, they have been complaining about their roads. So it seems whenever you go to the indigents or the voter to at least to campaign to the person, that person will tell you, I've seen no development in my area, so why is it necessary for me to come and vote?
Well, although the EC continues to intensify its campaign in ensuring a massive voter turnout during the district level election, it looks as if some residents still feel reluctant in participating in this whole electoral process, especially residents living in residential areas. Well, they attribute the unwillingness to participate in this electoral process to underdevelopment over the years. For Joy News, my name is Nana Boachidanko-Yadom, Kumasi.
Former President John Mahama has shared a personal story on his participation in a 24-hour shift in his formative years. As a worker on his father's rice farm, the NDC flag bearer details how his engagement as a factory hand is driving his campaign promise of a 24-hour economy. Nanaya Ojima monitored the conversation on the radio station in Bodi as part of the NDC's Building Ghana tour to the Western North region.
The National Democratic Congress continues to preach its 24-hour economy ideals, which was tagged the three-shift system in its 2020 manifesto. Flag bearer John Mahama, speaking on Akwaba FM in Seshibodi, detailed his involvement in such a system years ago.
Abraham Yabofra, my papa no a rice farmer.
When I was a kid, my father was a rice farmer and owned a rice milling plant as well. Whenever we were on vacation, we worked as laborers on the mill. He didn't want us to loiter in the house. We worked as laborers and received salaries. We were running a shift system. You work on a day shift for a week and take the night shift for the other week. We were on rotation. Despite the criticism the policy has received, it remains top of the campaign message of the party. In a response to critics, the former president admitted some institutions are already practicing the policy, but says there is need to improve conditions for others to follow. Many fear of robbery attacks in the evenings, so we will have to improve security for the purpose. A lot of young people will be recruited by the security agencies. Some institutions want tax incentives to enable them engage in the system, so we will consider all of that.
What I say as an incentive, say almost on befa emabunu ejumani akahon.
According to John Mahama, though the ports are running a 24-hour system, it is ineffective since other allied services are not tagging along.
24 hours. And I do ship to me bum Emma offload this ship no. And so bank pond 5.
The harbour operates 24 hours. They offload ships at dawn, but customs and banks do not work at night. So importers are unable to offload their goods on weekends and nights. Why can't the allied services operate at night too?
Weekends. Weekends Sunday.
For Joy News, Nanaya Ojima, Western North Region.
Meanwhile, Chairman of the National Democratic Congress, Johnson Asiedu Nketia, has hit hard on the 2024 NPP flag bearer, Dr. Mamadou Bawumia, for claiming ownership of digitalization in Ghana. Mr. Asiedu Nketia says former President Mahama's achievement and investment in the digitalization infrastructure of the country is unmatched, and that makes him the grandfather of digitalization and not Dr. Bawumia. He was speaking in a yet-to-be-aired interview on PM Personality Profile.
The godfather of digitalization in Ghana, apart from President John Mahama.
Tell me about it.
You know, all this noise about digitalization, it all started under President John Mahama as the Minister for Communication. You know, in the past, we used to have Ministry for posts and telecommunication.
Okay.
It was when President Mahama became a minister that these two portfolios were separated, because there was opportunity for expansion in the telecommunication and the ICT sector.
Okay.
So John Mahama was actually the grandfather of this whole digitalization. And when he became president, go and check the records and his investments in laying the infrastructure for ICT in this country. So when you come and you have, I mean, government is a continuum. So there's nothing wrong with coming to utilize infrastructure that has been laid by your predecessor to build upon. But you don't claim ownership of digitalization in Ghana. So if you are talking about digitalization, then Bawumia doesn't come anywhere close to Mahama.
The full interview airs today at 9 p.m. on the JoyNews channel. Do make a date. Still on the NDC, its parliamentary candidate for Berekum East in the Bono region, Simon Aful, has accused the city authorities of being irresponsible and playing political gimmicks with the deplorable road situations in the constituency. Residents of Sofochere and other communities are appealing to for the roads to be fixed, and all those appeals are falling on deaf ears. The parliamentary candidate offered to reshape the roads at about 75,000 cities to make them more trouble and ease the impact on residents, especially the aged and pregnant women. Precious Semevo has more.
We are suffering on the road, whether dry or rainy season. Mr. Aful sums up the frustrations of residents and users of the deplorable roads at Sofochere, Chireba and Nyametiase in the Berekum East municipality. They said they remain exposed to the dangers of driving the sick on the road and inhaling the dust after years of city authorities' failure to fix the roads despite the many demonstrations.
People cannot
walk home if you don't work. It's worse for pregnant women who complain of pains at the least speed on the road. The parliamentary candidate of the NDC in Berekum East, Simon Aful, offered to reshape the 25 kilometers of roads at about 75,000 cities. He said the gesture is a response to residents' call for help.
The road has really deteriorated to a level where it is seriously in more trouble. We have called on the authorities that be, the Pragia group, the citizenry, and all other well-meaning Berekum people have demonstrated time and again on this road. But the leaders and the powers that be have turned deaf ears on them. So the people called on me that if there's anything I could do to help them. I accepted their call. I decided to come in to kind of help, at least to bring relief to the people who ply this road and the very people who reside around this enclave. So we have started with this one from Berlin Junction all the way to the last stop, Sofochere last stop. When we're done with this road, we are moving to Chiriba. When we leave there, we are going to Nyametiase.
Some residents, though grateful, shared mixed reactions.
Normally,
we only see machines on the road during the election period. It needs proper filling, made compact, so that even if they won't tie it, they can use it during the rainy season. Mr. Chairman accused the Berekum East Assembly of playing political gimmicks with the situation, but said he would continue to work in the interest of the people.
I see it as negligence and an act of irresponsibility on the part of the powers that be. And more importantly, playing political gimmick with the people of Berekum. When we were getting to an election, they brought a contractor on the road. Right after the elections, they left. We have demonstrated and demonstrated and demonstrated. We have called on the assembly, we have called on the MP. That kind of playing games with the minds of the people, we have grown past this level. And if anybody thinks that the contractor is coming to side, we're ready. We'll partner with the contractor and help them to facilitate the road.
Precious Semevo, JoyNews, Berekum.
The people of Nakbaili, a farming community in the Nanumba South District of Northern Region, have heaved a sigh of relief following the construction of an ultra-modern maternity ward for the only health facility in the community to support expectant mothers during delivery. Prior to the construction of this maternity ward, the expectant mothers in the community used to travel very far to Willinsey and Bimbilla to access delivery services. There's more in this report.
The construction of this maternity block is to provide emergency obstetric care for about 30 communities within the Nanumba South District of the Northern Region. The aim of the facility is to improve accessibility to skilled care and thus reduce morbidity and mortality for mothers and neonates. The Abuya Foundation, the organization that constructed that ward, conducted some studies and obtained report of positive impact on the outcome for women and their newborns. Alhaji Aminu Idrisu is the Chief Executive Officer of the Abuya Group.
But what informed the maternity was that when we were commissioning the mosque somewhere last year by this time, the community already, they were not having a maternity. So if a woman is giving birth, they have to send the woman to Bimbilla or Willinsey. And then by so doing, some people will deliver on the way, some people will deliver and have complications and all those things. And then, and during the commissioning of the mosque, I've realized that one of our guys' wife were rushed to Bimbilla for delivery, which they informed me during the distance. So I pray to God that God should help us to get the maternity.
The midwife at the facility, Jennifer Akuto, explained the impact the maternity ward would make in the beneficiary communities.
When I came here 2021, because the place, our delivery room, we have only 2 beds for the delivery, and our catchment area is large. So when the ladies comes like that, because the beds are only 2, we are not able to accommodate all of them. Sometimes we have to conduct deliveries on the floor because there's no enough beds for us to. And after delivery, we have only 2 beds that is our lie-in, that they can come and lie, and then we'll monitor them for the 6 hours. So because the beds are only 2, we are not able to monitor our postpartum mothers after delivery up to the 6 hours. So sometimes when they deliver and you monitor them 2-3 hours, you have to let them go and give space for the others that are to deliver.
National Chairman of Opposition NDC, Johnson Asiedu Nketia, who was one of the dignitaries who graced the occasion, lauded the CEO of Abuya Group, Alhaji Aminu Idrisu, for using the corporate social responsibility arm of his companies, Abuya Foundation, to touch lives.
We heard about the story of Alhaji Abuya, beginning from the construction of a school for his community. Then he followed to construct a mosque, that is a prayer house. And today, he has completed a maternity ward, which signifies the beginning of life. So all the 3 key projects are projects that have been carefully selected. And I want to thank him from the bottom of my heart.
The chances of women dying because of complications of pregnancy and childbirth are still high in many parts of Ghana and around the world. With the construction of this ward, the story of these communities is about to change for the better. For Joy News, Samuel Kojo Brace, Nanumba South District, Northern Region.
And in our Drive Safe campaign series today, we'll hear from an accident survivor recounting traumatic memories from the Elimina Commander Junction accident, which occurred on the 3rd of August 2022. The accident led to the loss of 14 lives out of 15 passengers. Judith Barnes, sole survivor, shares her thoughts on road accidents, highlighting how careless driving can lead to road fatalities during this festive period. Let's hear from her.
I'm an accident survivor. My accident happened 3rd August last year, 2022. And this is the car I was sitting in. It happened at Edweji. There was a bush burning beside the road. Cars coming from Takrady were stopped. Cars coming from Accra, Kumasi too were stopped. So this side will go a little, and the other side will go a little. Passing through the smoke, it got to our turn. We entered the smoke. Then there was a truck loaded with 850 bags coming from Takrady to Accra. He got to the scene. He overtook the car parked and then entered the smoke. And since his car was in a top speed, he just moved from his lane, came through our lane, and then hit our car. And I was sitting right behind the driver. In fact, we were 15 passengers in the car. 14 were brought out. I was the last person who was brought out.
3 basic schools in the Ashanti region of Ghana have won the John Binder Award for the cleanest and most environmentally friendly schools in 2023. SAP's Day Spring Community School in Ahunjo, Candyland Educational Complex in Ejiso, and CAS Montessori School in Asante Bekwai secured the first, second, and third positions respectively for their special efforts in adhering to green practices. The John Binder Awards have been established to recognize schools that maintain a clean environment and prioritize the well-being of school children.
The impact of pollution on environment and public health in Ghana is rapidly gaining attention, prompting increased emphasis on green initiatives throughout the country. Snapiaba Savings and Loans and Opportunity International Germany instituted the awards to encourage green and clean environment ideas in basic schools. The award primarily focuses on basic schools to inculcate positive traits of environmental consciousness in children right from the early stages of their development. It evaluates schools based on green tree covers, tidy classrooms equipped with regularly emptied waste bins, well-maintained toilet facilities, and clean compound with hand-washing facilities and green environments, among other criteria. CEO of Opportunity International Dutchland, Anke Lucia, believes early-stage environmental consciousness will fasten green efforts.
So when you're a child, it's easier than when you raise up and learn why it is important to live in a green environment. And families, maybe parents who live there for their 40, 50 years and who were used to just live there, throw their trash away and not take care of the environment, then it's difficult to change their mindset. This country has to change. When I look into your beaches, you have such a beautiful country, and I see all this plastic trash. I think there needs to be a change in the environmental.
Araba Mosna Ansong is the Programs Manager, International and Partner Relations of Snapiaba.
Bringing up children, they need a clean environment to grow very, very well. And psychologically, the lessons they teach them also include aspects of green and cleanliness. And when you teach them to take it up now, they are going to grow up with it. And then if we destroyed the forest now, we wouldn't have anything to protect as a nation and as a people. So we believe in starting with these young ones, and as they grow up, they also continue with the other generations.
Proprietress of SAP's Day Spring Community School, Sabrina Martina Brimpong, is happy the school's green efforts have been acknowledged.
The green grassing, it takes a lot of work, and the planting of flowers, planting of trees. But actually, it's not just for the beautification of the school. The children also learn from it. When it comes to environmental science, this is where they do their practicals. This is going to motivate us to do more, to keep our environments clean, and to we have a lot of projects to do. The prize that we had, I think we are going to invest in one of them. This is just a motivation. We are so grateful to John Binder Awards. We are grateful to Opportunity. We are also grateful to Snapiaba Trust.
SAP's Day Spring Community School was awarded 25,350 cedis. Candyland Educational Complex had 16,900, and CAS Montessori School got 8,450 cedis. Reporting for JoyNews, Clinton Yeboah.
JoyNews Today is coming to you live from our studios in Kokomlemle on the Fanover Street. Let's take a break. When we return, we have all you need to know in business coming up shortly.
Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to the business segment on Joy News Today with me, Pius Kojobaka. As part of its corporate social responsibility, Serene Insurance has reiterated its commitment to ensuring sound mental health of patients of the Accra Psychiatric Hospital. According to its chief executive, Nakoshi Bwampong, ensuring this is crucial for businesses' continuity. She spoke at a carol service organized by the firm where assorted items were donated to the hospital.
Ensuring a sound mental health of workers is critical to the growth of the economy. In view of this, Serene Insurance has refurbished and donated assorted items to the Accra Psychiatric Hospital. The donation, which was marked by a carol service amidst dancing, was attended by staff, management, as well as the executive chair of the First Sky Group. Mercy Nakoshi Bwampong is the chief executive of Serene Insurance.
Our company, Serene Insurance Limited, has always believed in the power of giving back to our communities. Today, we have come together not only to celebrate the season of joy and love, but also to fulfill our social responsibility towards our immediate community. As we stand within the walls of the psychiatric hospital, we acknowledge the importance of providing support and care to those in need. Mental health is crucial to our overall well-being.
Executive Chair of First Sky Group, Eric Sedi Kutoche, pledged the company's support to the Accra Psychiatric Hospital.
To the appeal by the medical director, by way of making a passionate appeal to all Serene Insurance staff, that starting 1st January, you will donate 1% of your basic salary every month for the next 2 years. That will lead to the provisions of at least a potable water, food, a sanitary for this inmate, so that there will not be any point in time that our brothers and sisters will lack this basic needs in this facility.
In his address, the medical director of the Accra Psychiatric Hospital, Dr. Kojo Oping Mafo, urged businesses to prioritize mental health.
I hope this is the beginning of a long and fruitful relationship, and I will hopefully be talking to your chief executive at the end of this program, because we are looking to move from receivers to partnerships. We have a skill set that companies need now. Mental health is becoming a big part of running a successful company. So at the very least, we can do a screening of your staff and let you know what is wrong, what is not wrong, and then help you out in that way.
Items donated and the facelift amounted to 200,000 Ghana cedis.
Telecom giant MTN Ghana hopes to train 100,000 youth in digital skills by 2025 through the MTN Skills Academy platform. This was disclosed by the Chief Corporate Services and Sustainability Officer at MTN Ghana, Ajua Yuafe. Speaking at the launch, she explained that the move will offer skills which will equip the youth for the job market and also reduce the unemployment rate in the country.
Empowering the youth in Africa with digital skills is crucial for fostering economic growth through innovative digital solutions. MTN Ghana, a leading telecommunications company, has launched the MTN Skills Academy with the ambitious goal of training over 100,000 young individuals in digital skills by 2025. This initiative offers a comprehensive platform hosting a variety of courses to benefit its participants. Addressing the media, Chief Corporate Services and Sustainability Officer at MTN Ghana, Ajua Yuafe, noted that the initiative is aimed at creating a digitally inclusive and future-ready continent.
Digital skills gap in the country, as we know, the world is becoming more and more digital. Technology is taking over in our workplaces, even in schools, and so we want to train our youth in digital skills to make them employable in the future. We also, for this program, are not only looking at training, we are also looking at job placement. So even after the training, what do they do with the training? We've had some programs in the past where we've only focused on training. So this time round, we want to make it a bit more useful for our youth. And so we are partnering with organizations to help us to train and also to help us place those who we train in jobs.
Senior Research Officer at the Ministry of Education, Kingsley Boache, called for deepened collaborations to enhance the initiative.
And we hope to engage MTN further on it to have some partnership and some collaboration in doing that. So this whole skill academy, it falls squarely in all the activities that we are doing. And I would like to say that the ministry is willing to collaborate with MTN further to see how best we can tailor-make some of the solutions on the platform for the students.
On his part, Dr. Stephen Nwole, CEO of Ubuntu, noted that the initiative will bridge the unemployment gap.
We should take up the unique opportunity to leapfrog traditional developmental stages and establish ourselves firmly in the global digital economy. By focusing on digital skills and technological innovations, we can create a plethora of new job opportunities, thereby addressing the employment gap. The key to unlocking this potential lies in empowering our youth.
The MTN Skills Academy platform will offer free courses for patrons and also facilitate job placement opportunities for trainees.
And that's it for business for now. I am Pius Kojo Baka.